What's going on, everybody? Happy Tuesday. It's 6:20 a.m., August 25th. My name is Amal. I'm going to do a Bitcoin, altcoin, DeFi analysis for y'all. Lots to go through, but I first want to start off with Bitcoin. Okay, so first things first, we made a nice move down overnight. Honestly, I was actually short from up here. I think I gave up on my short right around this area because I think I saw that this thing is potentially turning around and potentially developing a weird inverse head and shoulders. So I said I didn't want to hold this trade overnight, and I let go of the trade. And surprisingly enough, the one target that I had in mind, which was this weekly open, hit perfectly dead on overnight. So, letting go of your trades early is, it's one of those things where, unfortunately, you still have to deal with no matter how much experience you have. Having conviction in your trades, having conviction in your invalidation levels is something that is a constant learning process throughout your trading career. And I want to show you guys that because here in the Bitcoin scalp, you could see right here, yesterday I had shorted this right around 11,788. My first target was 11,730, which we actually hit perfectly. But then the 11,657, which was, again, this weekly open target, we had not hit. Yesterday night before I went off to bed, we were somewhere up here. And then we broke down further overnight. And then obviously, as you can see, so I took profit right there on my first target around 11,730 or so. And then over here, I closed that because the prices were climbing back up. I was honestly thinking that when we were up here around the 4-hour time frame, these little dojis or hammers, I thought these were going to turn around and then start pushing back up because we kept grinding against this trendline resistance. But I should have held my ground. I should have kept my stop at 11,850 and traded that all the way down. But it is what it is. So I just wanted to show you guys the dissection of the trade and my thought process of going into that. And so really, if you're a pivots trader, right, sometimes life is made much simpler when it comes to trading utilizing these pivots. Okay, so yesterday really what happened was, let me do this. Okay, so let's turn on the historical pivots right here. And okay, so the historical pivots, you can see right here, we were unable to hold above the R2. And the fact that we were pulling down, right, this is where I was interested in shorting BTC, which is right around this area right here, because we couldn't hold up above the R2 pivot. It's almost as simple as when you understand pivots, right, they're like support and resistance levels, okay? So, oops, it's a terribly drawn line. If this is a key resistance level, right, say you do, this kind of movement right here, you break up through it and you're trying to retest that support, but you're kind of going down further and further and you're failing, well, then that means that this resistance was actually valid, meaning that there were sellers who came into this area and they sold the price down. And so this is where you should start going short. It doesn't matter if it was on a 15-minute time frame at the R2 level. The fact of the matter is the higher time frames were in agreement with this rejection around R2. Why? Because you were simply doing this, okay? What you're really doing is after this key high, you had a lower high and another lower high. So your stop really should be just above this high or above this high if you want to go short, okay? Now at present moment, I will be honest though, I'm not particularly worried about that short because I don't want to go short heavy just yet, okay? I think there are multiple levels that we need to break before I start taking swing short positions. Right now, I want to be scalping in and out of positions. I don't want to be too heavy in my positions, and that's really it. However, say we break down further, right? We break below the monthly open. See, this is probably the area that I would want to consider going short. Now, you can look at this a couple ways, okay? We actually broke through the weekly open right there. If you've been watching my videos for a while, I've told you before, weekly opens, monthly opens, very key levels, okay? Very key levels in helping you understand exactly where the key support resistance levels are. So the fact that we broke below this area, okay, and the fact that you can see this green candle wick is coming right up into that weekly open and potentially rejecting it, well, if you start seeing the next candle be bearish, okay, that means that you could potentially enter a short, stop above here or stop above here, and you can start targeting August monthly open, you can start targeting 11,000 flat, or you can start targeting 10,500, okay? And again, like I just stated, I am personally not interested in bigger trades in terms of short until I see a break below the August monthly open. Until then, I think this area right here, okay, this range that we're seeing right now, I think it is better suited for potential dip buying opportunities. And I think those dips can be bought somewhere, down in this area or this area right here. So 11,000 flat, 10,800, 10,600. Okay, that's where I'd like to potentially, buy in heavier. Okay. Shorting wise, let's just say we go down, right? And then we start picking back up. And then from here on a weekly basis, we get rejected around 11.6 or 11.7, then we start rolling down. Then I would probably start considering swing short positions. Okay, then I would definitely consider swing short position. I'm going to show you guys why on a weekly basis, why that's important. So what I'm saying is, say we go down to this level by the end of the week, okay? And then, say beginning of next week or something, or even by Sunday, we start poking back up to 11.5, 11.6, but then we start getting rejected and we start rolling back over again, say below the August monthly open. Then what do? Then I would probably short, as a swing position, definitely a heavy short, probably stop above here, maybe stop above here, and then start targeting, big levels like 10,500, maybe this 9,800 area, maybe this, 95, 9,600 area, okay? Now, let me show you why that makes sense on a weekly basis, okay? So here we are, right? You can see this red marker that goes across. This was the key high in August 2019, okay? We pierced past that, but as you can see, we got, rejected pretty strongly, right? And so the point is that, let's just say this weekly candle, we start breaking down, okay? And there's a couple areas where we could start breaking down to. First one being, right, so let's put this out there. These are some key weekly levels, okay? So remember, this is right around 10,500 or so, okay? It's not necessary that we go all the way down, but let's just say we start breaking down a little bit, right? And this was the last key support that we had on a weekly basis, on a weekly candle basis, right? That's around $11,060 or something, okay? So if we do that, okay, so say we bounce there, and I'm gonna zoom into this a little bit, all right? So this is on a weekly basis, right? So we're over here, okay, so we go down towards $11,060 or 11 flat. And then we start coming back up, but we're getting rejected right at this 11,631 area. Where does that come from? All right, well, let's look that up. Here's where that 11,631 marker comes from, right over here in January 2018. That is the last weekly close that we had, which is the highest close, other than this one that we had from January 2018. So the fact is, if we start breaking down further, right? So if we start breaking down further, then we retest this 11,631 level as resistance, well, more than likely we're probably headed down here, which is 10,500, or we're probably headed right there, which is these candle openings and closings right there on a weekly basis around 9,600 or 9,700. So down here. But that is why I stated, if we do that kind of rebound on a weekly basis or a multi-day basis, say on a 3-day chart, that's where I'd be interested, okay? But for now, I still think, like I stated earlier, I still think it's currently a dip buying opportunity back in this area, down here. I don't really see any large concerns about why I should be worried about this trend cracking and then starting to break down. It has not done that. It has not even showed me signs on a strong daily basis that we've rejected. We rejected, say the 11,500 or 11,600 level. Right now, we're just kind of chopping around this area, and the fact that we're chopping around this area bodes very well for altcoins. Okay, now there's a whole bunch of DeFi coins that are probably going to do pretty well as Bitcoin moves sideways. Probably a whole bunch of altcoins, that are also going to do well. Some of which I'm paying attention to currently. So for example, right, if you look at OMG, the fact that it ran up so much, right, it ran up like 100% or something in 24 hours. I want it to keep bleeding in this area for the next couple of days, especially if BTC keeps moving, sideways or keeps grinding down. If it can hold above this area, $5.25, it's possible that OMG can make it back up to $7.50, possibly even $8. And so, let's just say we took a trade from that area, $5.50 to up here. That's a 40% gain. Up here, that's almost a 50% gain. But again, OMG actually needs to start showing you that, one, it can hold this bottom. I'll show you again where that bottom is. This area right here, that it can hold this bottom, and then on top of that, right, it can sort of break this trend line resistance. Okay, if it could start doing both, like I said, it's possible that we head towards these targets or these targets. Link is my other favorite altcoin. I've stated over and over again for the past several weeks, I believe Link will probably go down between $12 to $10. I bought right here, and I warned my Advantage community members, I'm going to be buying from $13.50 down every 25-cent increment all the way down to 10 bucks. Okay, I caught 3 orders right here, or actually 2 technically. 13.50, or I guess 3, 13.50, 13.25, and then 13 flat. Okay, I bought this, right? I have another spot average at $8.39, so I'm good. I sold some at 11.50. I sold some at 17, and then I waited up here. I think everyone was a bit too, foolishly bullish. So I waited for this retracement, and it paid off. And I still think it will pay off if I wait patiently around $12 to $10 level. So that's something that you could pay attention to. Maybe set your alerts, do whatever you want to do to, be aware of where Link is potentially bleeding. Okay. It's just something to keep an eye on, guys. Link is my other one. Let's look at Stellar, right? So this is another one where I see, it moved up really nicely over the past couple of weeks, right? And it's showing you bullish momentum, to be honest. If you look at the daily chart, it's actually cleared some of its key lower highs. Like for example, this resistance right here, it cleared that, held it as support right there, and is now pushing away. Okay, this is probably the other base of support that was there previously. We're also clearing that, as you can see. We just need to stay above some of these markers, however. Okay, so I personally think that if Stellar can start getting above 115, 120, I think the next big target on Stellar is 175. Okay, so even if, let's just say you waited for the confirmation break above this area, above this key high, right? From here on up, that's a good 49%, 50% move. Okay, so that's one of the other altcoins I'm paying attention to. All right, let me see, ZRX, that's another one. I think ZRX has finally pulled back a little bit. It had a really, really hot couple of weeks, but so far, it definitely looks like it's pulling back. I'm really hoping that it pulls back somewhere in this area between 56 and 50. That'd be a good, 20-ish% retracement or so. Well, I guess from the high, it's probably a good 50% retracement. Like way the heck down here, 45-ish% or 47% retracement. That would be pretty good. But that's the other one I'm paying attention to, if y'all want to look out for that. We could also look at this DeFi chart, right? I mean, if you look on this DeFi coin market cap listings, right? You can see all the different DeFi coins that you could look at. whether you want to buy it for the short term or the longer term, you know, in our community, we actually separated a separate DeFi section just for that, because there's so much happening in the DeFi space. There's so much chatter about, you know, us, you know, looking into DeFi coins, some other cryptos that we're trading. It's just, it warrants its own section. You know what I mean? There's just so much happening. And so if you are interested in trading DeFi, if you are interested in trading altcoins, you know, we have a Discord link below. You can join the Advantage membership going to our website right here. You can hit the products page and then buy our Advantage membership, sign in, send me a message, or you could do it automatically, basically, because you can enter your Discord ID whenever you pay, and then the bot will give you automatic access to all these locked channels that you see. We have equities analysis, we have DeFi trading, we have altcoin trading and analysis, same thing with Bitcoin. And so we're a pretty active community. There's a whole lot of people who are really active trading altcoins, trading DeFi coins, and it's really awesome to be able to share knowledge, share information back and forth with these people. Okay, so like I said, you know, I believe that Bitcoin is going to be chopping around, ranging in this, you know, red block. Personally, I do definitely see it bleeding towards 11,000 at least, and possibly, you know, 10.8, 10.9. But again, obviously for that to happen, we need to start breaking below the August monthly open. And like I said, I am not considering any swing short scenarios just yet. What I just showed you on a weekly basis earlier is the only scenario that I would consider for shorting for a potential swing position. Okay, so do keep that in mind. But yeah, guys, I think for the most part, you know, the crypto market, excuse me, the crypto market is looking just fine. I do want to be cautious of the fact that the DXY, which pretty much dictates, you know, exactly what could potentially happen in the crypto space, especially in Bitcoin, has been ticking up for the last few days. Okay, obviously it's grinding down over the last couple hours, but again, it's kind of created a base right here. If it starts pushing back up again, it is highly likely that Bitcoin starts bleeding down further. You can even see, you know, gold itself has grinded down from its key high of $2,075 or so. It hit a low of 1865, pushed back, got rejected at its previous base right there around 2,000 and some change, and now it's finding support at this base around 1920. Okay, so if it breaks down further, you know, gold will probably head towards 1860s again right there, and then Bitcoin will probably head toward, like I said, its range low down in this area. Okay. Anyway, I hope this analysis was helpful. If you are interested in joining our community, the Discord link is below. You can join our free channel. But again, the free channels only give you this stuff right here, the ones without the locks. But all of these channels with the locks right here are for Advantage members if you want to come trade with us. If you want videos a day, right? 2 videos a day of me explaining exactly what I'm doing in the market, what I'm trading, what I'm buying, what I'm selling, etc. You can join the Advantage membership, like I said, and you will get access to everything. Okay, it's a very active community where we share all our picks, all our information, everything that we're doing. Obviously, it's not financial advice, but we can tell you exactly what we're doing. That's it, guys. Hope you enjoy the content. Take care. Cheers. Hit the thumbs up. All right. Have a good one.